Welcome to Fit Talk with Coach Luis. If you're serious about getting fit, then this is your show. This is a podcast where fitness enthusiasts share all the ups and downs, the challenges, and the victories on their fitness journey. Now, here's your host, Coach Luis.
All right, and welcome, Leslie, back to the show. So happy to have you here.
I'm so happy to be back.
Yeah, it's been a little long time coming. We wanted to do this, so I'm really excited that we got to actually meet up again and have our little, if you want to call it, part two, I guess.
Yeah, our little reunion, almost. Yeah.
What was it? It was a little over 6 months ago that we did this.
Almost, it feels like, yeah.
So. Tell me, I know last time we talked, whoever heard her first podcast, she was in the works of figuring out what to do with, work, her dreams, her passion, a lot of things in between that, a lot of getting out of the comfort zone and not sure which direction to go to. She had a great plan. She just was still working on how to execute that plan.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you guys remember that we were in Charleston and we did that. So now we're in her hometown, and
yes.
we're on her turf this time, so a little more, more comfortable, I think. And then, we wanted to see where you're at now and what has changed since we talked last.
Oh my gosh, so much.
What have you been doing? I know there's been a lot of good, awesome things happen. So give me a little bit of a background, like what's happened since. Okay, so when you left.
Oh my gosh.
From the last time we met, what was going through your mind?
So when I left Charleston, I was extremely motivated to kind of get things started, and I was trying to figure out exactly how to break into the fitness industry and, really have a lot of success with it. And it's been a really bumpy road, and it's still a bumpy road even now. So a couple of weeks after we finished up our podcast, my full-time job actually went through a restructuring, and in fact at that time I almost quit my job.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I had an email from my boss that was like, yeah, you should probably pack your things and leave. And then
goodness.
We came back and talked about it the very same day, and they convinced me to stay on board at least for a little while. So I'm still fully employed, which is great.
That is good.
And then also right around that time, the local Gold's Gym here actually picked me up. They were having a little bit of a rough time. They needed somebody to kind of fill in to help them do their admin work, do memberships, do their personal training consultations.
Yeah.
And things like that, and that was going fairly well. It's just that the workload was definitely truly a full-time workload, and eventually it was probably, my gosh, it feels like a month ago already, but it's really only been, well, I guess it really has been a month already. They actually decided to let me go. So, if you really want to, they did, my last shift, they called me into the office and they were like, well, this just isn't working out. You're only getting 10 hours a week, on top of your full-time job. So they're kind of like, well, you are the weakest link, bye. It wasn't really like that.
I remember though. Yeah, it was tough.
And that was really, really rough. Because in that sense, it kind of felt like a little bit of a failure in terms of the fitness industry. And so that was really tough. But after that, kind of being let go and then having, and then I've had a couple of family issues. My dad has been in and out of the hospital, and so has my brother. And so that really gave me kind of the fuel for the fire to take care of my family, and then also to now be getting super, super close to the official launch of Lift by Les.
Mm-hmm.
So, which is,
logo looks fantastic, by the way.
I know. Shout out to Gus Mantis for doing the logo and the site icon, and just doing a fantastic job. He nailed it. He actually incorporated my barbell tattoo into the logo as well, which was super awesome. Yeah. But Lift by Les is now my next fitness project. Mm-hmm. It's online fitness coaching. specializing in substantial weight loss and also in chronic disease management. So we're talking like cancer patients, diabetes, you know, I know like Crohn's disease, everything like that.
Yeah.
Silly dog.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is all. It is all life.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
So everybody gets to see the truth, you know. So yeah, there was a question that someone asked.
So we're also streaming on Twitch today. So we actually have a question. So actually, what we're talking about today is we're talking about a little bit of an update. My dog is out here in the background doing something with these chipmunks. So we're officially talking about fitness and sports today, and how I kind of got started with my online coaching business and what that has kind of looked like since my first check-in with Luis in February. And we're actually live recording a podcast at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Two
for those,
for one deal. Today.
Yeah. So hi to everybody on Twitch out there that's also watching us today.
Appreciate it.
Pretty excited to be here. So I actually regularly stream, or I will be regularly streaming on Twitch. I'm hoping to hit Mondays and Thursdays, just to give kind of the Twitch community a little bit of love, because I feel like they're a little underappreciated. There's such a huge gaming community, and you know, everybody needs health and fitness. So, so a little bit different than a lot of other coaches. Not a lot of them stream on Twitch.
And I didn't even know about Twitch until you told me about it.
Yeah,
I had no idea about it, so that's good.
Yeah. So kind of back to Live by Les in chronic disease management and substantial weight loss, but also, you know, as like anybody else, that's what we specialize in, but that's not what I'm all about. So I have about 7 clients already that I'm working with. Mostly friends and family, but you know, you all gotta start somewhere, right?
Of course.
And so one of them is doing a half marathon. One is looking to shed about 20-25 pounds before he and his girlfriend go on their next vacation. He reached out to me and he was like, can you do my macros? He's like, I want to get shredded. And I was like, all right, we'll get you shredded. So that's what we're working with right now. I'm also working with a lot of people that are aged 50 and up. One of them, he is on dialysis 3 times a week. One is a 5-year cancer survivor. And one is my mother. So
you have to take care of your family from
absolutely,
within, you know? So
absolutely.
They will be your biggest fans.
So that's what we're, you know, so that's kind of where I'm starting and getting the experience there, and you know, at the same time, you know, being able to take care of my family, which, you know, is all good. So it's all super helpful. It's all relevant. So that's kind of where Live by Les is at right now. I'm launching a 12-week challenge August 1st, which people can come and sign up for. I'm also giving away 5 free spots because I love doing fitness coaching and I love helping people out so much that I'm trying to essentially give away my services here at first, because I believe so much in living a healthy life, living and, you know, living purposefully, that, you know, I'm practically giving it away to people. So and that actually ends on Monday, so I'm like trying to get it out to people. I'm like, hey guys, like, we're still doing this for free. I need 5 people to join me. So that's what we're working on. And I'm full service, so it's workouts, nutrition, accountability. It's the whole 9 yards. It's not, and that's where I feel like some online coaches are lacking. Is they'll do the fitness plan or they'll do the nutrition plan, but they don't have an all-encompassing program. And I feel like that's maybe where it hurts a lot of people. Is, you know, that's only half of it, right?
Absolutely.
So. You know, trying to make sure that, you know, we're building a healthier future, you know, by incorporating the whole 9 yards, not just, you know, not just
one
a couple.
or the other.
Yeah.
And that's really important to have.
Absolutely.
Because you have everything, and then they know, okay, well, my exercise is fine, but why am I not, you know, gaining any muscle mass or whatever it is?
Yeah.
If you don't have the eating part of it and you don't know what they're eating, then, you know, you're kind of really just less than even halfway there.
Right.
If you don't know what they're eating, they're like, well, I guess you're eating fine. You know,
yeah.
What are you doing? What are you not doing? So that's good that you're incorporating all of that, and then as a one package deal, then people can have that full, like you said, the full blown all in one thing. And that makes a lot of difference for people, especially when they're new and they don't know at all what's going on. Then you'll be teaching them, which is even a better thing, where they're learning. Okay, cool. So it's not just eating. Oh, it's not just exercise. Like, oh, I actually have to recover well, and all those things. So that's a very valuable tool that you're bringing to the people.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
It's really, really good stuff.
Yeah.
But so it seems you have come a long way since the last time that we talked.
Yeah,
like, How would you compare yourself to how you were then?
Oh my gosh, like when we did the first podcast in February, I was feeling really all over the place, and I was also feeling like I didn't have a good sense of direction as far as executing, and as far as really thinking about like where I wanted to go, because I was juggling so much at that time, and so once I finally once I really started sitting down and researching and getting a little more worked into it, that was when I really kind of figured out, oh my gosh, this is, I wanted to do the direction of online coaching, where I can reach more people, where I can dedicate more time to people. I don't have to, I'm not limited to the people that are in a commercial gym. I can take people from all over the country, all over the U.S., all over the world, really. And, they can see exactly, everything that, and they can really have a full experience, and then too, it's not intimidating for them to walk into a gym and go to a personal trainer, because a lot of times I heard, personal trainers they're so fit, like, I felt, I was really intimidated to even try using a personal trainer, and I was like, well, that's ridiculous, like, they're there to help you, but just the stigma around people wanting to do that, I wanted it to be very comfortable for someone. I wanted it to be very and I wanted the environment to just be overall just a very positive environment, a very calming environment, and just something where people really felt like they had the potential to grow.
Yeah, and that's good. They need that. A lot of people need that. They need the guidance too, and it's okay for people to feel, like you said, that intimidating feeling where in the beginning, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to this gym, and like, a lot of mixed feelings they'll have. So that's
absolutely
a really good thing about having the online person, the coach. It kind of feels like a little bit more laid back, a little more relaxing. Yeah. They don't feel like they're being exposed to all these people at a gym at one time. Maybe that's just that they can get to down the road, or you can still help them, but little by little, then they could feel comfortable going to the gym and doing stuff little by little. So it is true. A lot of people will feel intimidated, going like that into a gym, a gym setting, like, as their first time ever.
Yeah, and I also found too that for a lot of people, like, going to a gym or having a personal trainer even come to their home, like, for some of them, it's not feasible, because, like, my one client, my one client that is trying to lose 25 pounds right now, he travels so much for work, and he's in sales, and so for him to go to a gym and dedicate a certain amount of time every week to be with a personal trainer, that doesn't quite work for him. My other client who's training for the half marathon, she's actually a stay-at-home mom, so her getting to a gym with with a 2-year-old, that is definitely not something that's happening. Right. She has to get up super early before her husband goes to work, to get her workout in. Yeah. So, and then of course they live in Texas, and so right now, since we're in the middle of summer, the evenings are they're so hot. Yeah, so that's really the only time that she can go work out, or that she can get her runs in. And so for a lot of people that doesn't work, but they still need a little bit of the accountability. They still need that little bit of extra push. Yeah. And so it's kind of cool to be able to do that for a stay-at-home mom, and for somebody that's in sales that travels a lot, and or just somebody that is on the road all the time, whether they're taking vacations or whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's tough, and everyone's got a different situation, so the fact that you are doing the online style coaching, that means you can help them from wherever they're at.
Yeah.
So they can check in with you whenever.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about it. And then you can have workouts for them that they can do when they're on the road. A lot of different things that they can do. So that's a good thing about it. That it gives them a lot of flexibility.
For sure.
A lot of people need that nowadays. So
this dog.
So
my dog is here.
Yeah. Yeah,
she's making some noise.
There's one thing you told me a while back about wanting to do your own thing when you were a kid, that you had that. I told you I was going to bring it up.
I know you did.
So, tell me about how you always had that entrepreneurial spirit. Something about rocks?
Oh my gosh. So literally it's always been in my blood to not only have that entrepreneurial spirit to do my own thing, but to also help people at the same time. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you ever like experience this, where you like go out into like a gravel driveway and you would find like the semi shiny rocks, right? So all I remember is like it was a summer evening, probably like this in the middle of July or whatever, and my cousin, my brother, and I, and you're not going out right now. She's over here. She's being annoying. And we're out there, and we were like, well, we really want to help the homeless, but like we need money to donate to them. And my parents had just bought their house that they still live in 15, 16, 17 years later. And we would go out. It was probably 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night, and we would go out and we'd pick up these little stones, right? And we had a hammer and we had a cookie sheet. This is so embarrassing. Like,
tell me I was bring it up.
And we would pound them out, and we would sell them as like these little gems. I'm like 6, 7 years old, and we did, and we went back in. We ran in because we had this whole cookie sheet of these little rocks, and and we're selling these rocks to raise money for the homeless. Yep. And we did. We collected like $10, and we thought that we were like the best thing ever. We're like, we're gonna buy so much food. We're gonna help these people out so much. Yeah. And then I tried to start little things too, like even after that, like as at 10 years old, like 10 up through my teenager years, I tried to do tie-dye t-shirts at 16. I did. I like went to a craft fair with them and everything. I didn't sell a damn shirt. Like I sold one shirt to somebody that I knew.
You got one.
I got one. That's all you need. Is one.
You got one.
And I went to the craft fair. I like paid the $30 for it, and of course like ended up at a loss at that point. And I had all these tie-dye t-shirts.
So you learned at a young age how hard it is to run your own business.
It is. I did. Yeah. And now, I'm taking that entrepreneurial spirit, I'm taking all the sales skills that I'm learning in my full-time position, and I am, I'm taking it a little further now and starting to really do my own thing now that I understand a sales cycle, business to business and business to consumer. Right. I'm actually making it so that my business is helping people. Yeah. And so it's not just I run a business and then part of it is you is part of the philanthropy. Like my business is the philanthropy part, and that's something that I'm really proud of, and something that I'm really excited that I figured out now at 23, almost 24 years old, rather than 10 years in another 10 years when I could have built my business, and in 10 years we're growing. That's all we're doing.
It's time that's passed.
Exactly.
It's time that's passed, and you might as well, if you can do it now, you might as well do it now.
Exactly. Yeah.
Time's gonna go by anyways.
Yeah. Might as well do it while I have the time and energy to do so.
Exactly. And just stay ahead. Then you stay ahead of the game that way.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. But you see, from a young age, you wanted to help people, and you're doing it. So you never lost that. So that's what's going to be something that's going to really reflect a lot on what you're doing with the people that you're helping from now and in the future. It's all just to help them. Yeah. And like we talked about earlier, of course, you obviously have to charge for your services because we all got to eat. Yeah. So but it's also making it to where it's sustainable. Where people can actually use the services and not be like, well, I'm not going to be able to because it's $500 or whatever, stuff like that. But again, that's all part of it. But the fact that you're doing it and you're taking those steps, to create to fulfill your goals, your dreams. That's the first step.
Yeah.
And I love the logo. It's fantastic. Hopefully I'll be able to put it up somewhere. But it's on Instagram. What's your actual name of your site?
So it's really, really simple. It's just liftbyles.com. And then all of the social media is the same too. So I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, although I'm still kind of figuring out how I want to use Twitter. Mm-hmm. But they're all, so Facebook and Instagram are both at liftbyles. And then Twitter is actually just my full name, so just Leslie Cooprider. And I'm trying to figure out how to change it. I haven't figured out how to change my own Twitter name yet. I like social media savvy on some stuff, and then other stuff it's like, they're like, oh, just stop. Stop now.
Yeah. You'll get it though.
So, but yeah.
You'll get it.
But yeah, so it's, and if you want to watch me on Twitch as well, that's also at Lift by Les.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward. I try to make it all really, really, really easy to access.
That's smart, because there's all the names and things out there are can get confusing for people.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, like lift for something, and then it could be a lot of different things. So it's good that you have it all very, very similar. That way everyone can find it quite easily. So good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's excellent. You're doing a lot of stuff.
I know.
It's
really crazy how much it's like common. Yeah. And I'm really excited to kind of see, even like come back in a year, and kind of keep updating you and telling you how things are going, because I really can't wait to really grind at it and see kind of where this takes off, because it's just so much going on.
It is,
so,
and you have it on your blog as well. They keep up with it. Like I know all of it's now in your through your IG account. You can get your blog through there.
Yep.
And it's really good because you have a really good insight in there that you give. So it's really, really good stuff. It's very relevant. I like the fact that you're not just putting stuff out there just to say you put something out there. Yeah. It actually there's good content to it.
Yeah.
And it's a good subject. So I like that a lot, because sometimes, sadly, people will just want to put stuff out there just to be like, oh, I'm putting stuff out there all the time. But it's good stuff. So,
but I mean, my thing is like I want it to be relevant to what I'm doing, because that's how you build credibility in the industry. Is you learn about it and you write about it and you show people, and it's funny. I've seen a lot of the question asked too of like, well, how much should you give away? How much information should you give away? How much advice should you give away for free? And it's really interesting, because I've also seen where I've never seen an answer of like actually limiting the amount of information that you give away. They're just like, no, just like give it all away, because as much as you give away is as much as you're going to get back. So I'm, that's exactly what I'm trying to do, is I'm just trying to put as much out there as possible, so that people know that, they understand, like, no, I'm here to do my thing, and I'm here to help people. This is not, this is not some like weird like money making Ponzi scheme. This isn't, those, the 12-week blogger challenges. Like, this is really truly educating other people on a healthy lifestyle, getting them on that track, helping them get through those first couple. I really say those first like critical 8 steps. I mean, and whatever those 8 steps are for people, whether that's even stepping foot into a gym, or even just reaching out to me and saying, hey, I need some help, or whatever, and then eventually getting to, oh my gosh, I'm actually working out 3 times a week, and I'm tracking my macros 3 days a week. Like, that's all progress, and I don't think that people realize that. So that's where we're trying to get to, and to help people out. That's really what it's all about.
And the fact that they can get a good trainer that's going to help them all the way through their journey, that's big too. Because
for sure.
People can have all the information that's out there, but if they don't know how to use it, it's useless.
Absolutely.
So to have someone that's going to really be like, yeah, here's this, here's that, but then the whys to why to do that, then that's when you need, okay, I need a coach, I need a trainer, I need someone that's going to help guide me to, why am I not supposed to have, carbs, depending on what kind of carbs there are later in the day? Why? That's where you come in. That's where coaches come in. That's the role we play. We're guides to all that.
Yeah.
And then again, there's so much information out there, but if it's not,
there's so much information.
It
makes my head spin sometimes with the amount of information that is out there for people, and it's so confusing sometimes, and it drives me insane sometimes when I look at it. And some people will it's the whole thing about. I always come back to the one that makes me laugh, and it's about eggs. Mm-hmm. A couple years ago, well, don't eat eggs; they're really bad for you. Like, what? Yeah. And then a couple years later, new research comes out. Well, eggs are like the best thing for you, so everybody's like eating eggs now. And I'm just like, just eat an egg. Yeah. If you want an egg for breakfast, just eat an egg.
It's true, and it's true, and it's so sad because, and that's us that have understood these things over time, but then. It's so sad. There's a lot of people that are they just don't know.
They really don't.
When they come in, they're like, "Oh, I can't have carbs. They're the worst." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, no! This is why you're not advancing because you're not eating carbs. It's all there's a balance, yes, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yes, you should eat carbs. They are good for you. Now let's explain which ones are good for you and which ones you should limit yourself to, and which ones you should just depending on what your goals are, of course, too.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's so much that, like you said, the market is flooded. With information.
Really
is. Just overloaded, flooded. So that's where we come into kind of like give them a right path, give them a direction, and that's it. That's right.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what I want to do. Fitness has been my passion for. Oh my gosh, this feels really crazy, but it's like almost a decade now. Like just fitness, weightlifting, CrossFit, everything. It's like I was never organized. I was never coordinated enough for organized sports. But that's not the point.
You like sport, that's fine.
I do. I watch the Super Bowl every February.
Okay.
But it's been my passion for almost a decade now. I started working out in a Planet Fitness when I was 16, and it just kind of took off from there. And so and now I'm turning 24, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been really truly working out and getting healthy for almost a decade, and it's and I want to help people get to that point where they look back and they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I looked like that 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and
helping them not quit, like that whole little graph you saw, success people wanted to be here at the bottom and straight line up to the top, no, it's really up, down, down.
It goes everywhere, right?
Everywhere. And then again, accountability factor, that help, that push, that's our job. Yes. That's where we come in.
Yeah.
But awesome. I'm so glad we did this.
I'm super, super glad
I'm really excited about this. We got to talk, we got to catch up. We should definitely do this. I would love that. Every 6 months.
Yeah.
Do a little check-in, do a little catch-up, see how you're doing, see what's new in the world of Leslie. Les loves fits. Les loves lifts.
Yes, my personal IG.
Yeah,
my personal IG is Les Loves Lifts.
Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
I love my L alliterations.
LLL, triple L, the triple threat. Triple threat.
So much going on.
It is. This is all good.
It is all good. It's been quite the journey so far, but I'm so happy that I decided to embark on it, and I'm actually even more excited now that I really truly started what I feel like is going to be the rest of my life, and I'm super happy, and I'm super excited that that fitness is a part of it, and that it's genuinely helping people towards a better future.
Definitely. Totally agree. I'm glad you did it too. I really am. Anything you want to send off for anyone listening? I love to do that at the end of all my shows. Anything you want to say to anyone that's out there listening about really whatever it is, not to give up on their dreams, not to
whatever you're going through at this point in your life, if you have something that you want to do, you just have to go do it. With my dad now, he's the cancer survivor that I'm working with. I started this company, and I started Lift by Les because of my dad, and because he was in and out of the hospital so much, and because at the end of the day, a girl needs her dad, right? But at the same time, it always seemed really, really tough. I was either in college, or I was working a job, or I was in an internship, or I was spending my time in the hospital with my dad. And even though he's in remission now, like we still hit a couple bumps every once in a while, and now I work a full-time job. I go to the gym and I work out in the mornings. I do this, I do that. I'm involved. But like you kind of have to clear the noise at that point. And you just have to buckle down and you say, if I really, really want this, I just have to go get it. You just got to go get it. Right. There's no, there's no better time to start than right now. Even if like things really suck right now, like even if like your world is falling apart, like just start now, because it's only going to get better. And if you're like, well, I'm not really ready yet, like it's totally okay if you're not ready. Like when I started this, I was not expecting my dad to go back into the hospital. I wasn't expecting my brother to fall off the roof and fracture 2 vertebrae in his back. Mm-hmm. All within the same week, by the way. Like they're 7 days apart. Yeah. But like that doesn't stop me from wanting to help people. In fact, I use it as the fuel to keep going, because it's like if my brother has to, which my brother's doing wonderful, and so is my dad now, which I'm like, bless. That gives me the fuel to keep going, because, those are the people that are the people that I want to help the most. Those are the people that need my help the most, even if they don't realize they need my help. Yeah. And so that kind of gives me the fuel for the fire. So when kind of my personal life is falling apart, I'm like, okay, like what can I do to fix it? And that's how I kind of got started, is I was like, I need to help my dad. And so I did a workout plan for him. I did a meal plan for him, and now he's finally following it. Yeah. And starting to work with my mom and everything too. It's, that's where it starts in there. And even my mom is like, I'm down 5 pounds. My sciatic nerve doesn't hurt anymore, and I can get up and down off the floor easier. And for her being almost 60, that's huge. Mm-hmm. Absolutely, yeah. So, and that's why I started initially was to help my family, and for my family to continue to be healthy as my parents age and as my brother kind of recovers. Mm-hmm. So, and now it's now starting to expand. My friends are contacting me, like, can you do a workout plan for me? Can you do this? Can you do that? Yes. Yeah, of course. So that's where we're at. So, even if you don't think you're ready to start. Start, yeah. Time's gonna pass by regardless. I know. So start now. Might as well go do what you want. Right, and work through it. Mm-hmm. You'll learn. One of my favorite sayings, and I love saying it, from Mythbusters, is failure is always an option. Yep. You'll learn from it. Absolutely, it is. And you just grow from it. That's it. Well, you don't truly fail unless you give up. If you give up, then you fail. Absolutely. As long as you don't give up, you haven't failed. You just learned, what was that other saying? You learned one way that it doesn't work. Exactly. And then just take that, fix that part, and then try another route. Yeah, and then it did, especially when they let me go from Golds. They were like, well, it did. It really felt like a failure at that point. I was like, holy shit, if I can't. If I can't sell personal training, how am I going to run my own business? And then I thought to myself, like, no, like you sell copiers every day. Yeah. You sell a ton of copiers a year now. So, if you can sell copiers, you can sell online coaching. You can sell anything if you can sell a copier. So, so that's, just start. Just whatever you want to do, just start it. Right. Just go do it. Yeah. Just go do it. That's it. Well, thank you. Thank you. It was really good having you again on the show, and then being on yours, doing mine back, whatever it is that we're doing. The first time that I've done this, so it's pretty cool. So they get to see the backgrounds or everything like that. Yeah. But thank you, I appreciate it. Thank you. And stay tuned, guys, for the next one.
Thanks for checking out Fit Talk with Coach Luis. Remember to follow us on social media, on Instagram at Live2Progress, and on Twitter at Live2Progress. Stay tuned for more episodes of Fit Talk with Coach Luis coming soon. And remember, always live to progress.